Have you ever had that feeling, that you're living a life that isn't really yours? Well, that's the exact feeling that sent Elizabeth Gilbert on the journey of a lifetime in her memoir, Eat, Pray, Love. And this book, it's so much more than a travel story. It's almost like a guide to finding yourself when you feel completely and utterly lost. So today, we're going to dive right into her path to self-discovery and the really powerful lessons she learned along the way.
So our journey today is going to follow Gilbert's almost exactly. We'll start with the moment her life just fell apart. Then we'll travel with her to Italy, India, and Bali. And then at the end, we'll take a step back and reflect on what it all really means for us. So what really pushes someone to leave everything, and I mean everything, behind? For Gilbert, it was this crushing feeling of being trapped in a life that looked absolutely perfect from the outside, but on the inside, it felt completely empty. I mean, just imagine having everything you're supposed to want, right? The great job, the house, the husband, but feeling this deep, nagging sense that something is just wrong. That was Gilbert's reality. She was basically suffocating under the pressure to be the person everyone else expected her to be, and it was quite literally breaking her. And then she hits rock bottom. Lying on the bathroom floor, sobbing, she has this moment of just devastating clarity. She can't pretend anymore. This isn't just a sad moment in a book, it's the real start of her liberation. And it's a feeling that I think a lot of us can relate to. That one moment when you know deep down in your gut something has to change. See, this was never just about getting a divorce. It was about breaking free from this cage of expectations she'd been living in. So she makes a really radical decision to spend a whole year traveling. But not to escape her problems, no. It was to find herself. Okay, first stop, Italy. Just think pasta, passion, and the fine art of doing absolutely nothing. After so much pain, Gilbert's goal here is incredibly simple, to just learn how to be happy again. Italy really offers her this delicious escape, a place to heal through pure, unadulterated pleasure.
Let me ask you, when was the last time you truly savored a meal without any guilt or distraction? For Gilbert, rediscovering the joy of food was a complete revelation. Every single bite of pizza, every swirl of gelato was like a little way of telling herself, hey, you deserve to be happy. It's such a simple idea, but wow, is it powerful.
But it wasn't just about the food, of course. Gilbert learned to embrace il dolce far niente, the sweetness of doing nothing. She let go of her to-do lists and just lived. She'd get lost in the music of the Italian language, she made new friends, and she laughed until she cried. And in doing all that, she discovered a really crucial truth. Sometimes you have to find joy before you can even begin to find peace. So Italy gave Gilbert this incredible gift of joy, but she knew that true healing, the deep stuff, required more than just pleasure. She knew she needed to go deeper to really confront the source of all her pain. And for that, she traveled to India, a place of spiritual discipline and really intense inner work. Talk about a complete 180. Imagine trading in your pasta for prayer beads. That's pretty much what Gilbert did when she arrived at an ashram in India. This was the polar opposite of Italy. Instead of feasting on food, she was tasked with feasting on silence, confronting all of her inner demons through hours and hours of meditation. Well, it turns out that finding inner peace is really hard work. Gilbert's mind was basically a battlefield of restless thoughts and old hurts. And the silence of the ashram, it was deafening. It forced her to listen to all the voices she had been trying so hard to ignore for years. It was a painful process for sure, but an absolutely necessary one. While she's there, a wise, straight-talking Texan named Richard becomes her guide, and he teaches her what might be the most important lesson of all. Healing takes time. There are no quick fixes, no magic moments. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's hard, and finally learning to be kind to yourself.
And the takeaway here is just huge. You can change your job, your city, your partner, but you can't escape yourself. Real, lasting happiness has to come from within. It truly is an inside job.
So after the pure indulgence of Italy and the tough discipline of India, Gilbert was finally ready for the last piece of the puzzle, balance, and she found it in the lush, spiritual landscape of Bali, with a little help from a wise and pretty quirky old medicine man.
In Bali, Gilbert finally learns how to put it all together. She could enjoy a delicious meal just like in Italy, but without all the guilt. She could meditate just like in India, but without the intense struggle. She was finally learning to live in a state of flow, this beautiful dance between pleasure and peace.
And then, just when she thought her journey was all about finding herself, love finds her. But this time it's different. With Felipe, a kind and gentle soul, she discovers that true love doesn't mean losing yourself. It actually means being seen and being loved for exactly who you are.
And isn't that what we're all really looking for? A love that helps us grow, not one that holds us back. That's the beautiful lesson of Bali, that love and freedom can and absolutely should go hand in hand.
So, in the end, Eat, Pray, Love is really a story for anyone who has ever felt lost. It's a powerful reminder that we have the power to create a life that feels true to who we are, even if it means taking a really scary leap into the unknown.
So what can we take away from Gilbert's journey? From Italy, we learn to embrace pleasure. From India, we learn the importance of that hard inner work. And from Bali, we learn the profound beauty of balance. It's really a powerful trifecta for a life well lived.
Gilbert's story isn't about finding a perfect life. It's about finding an authentic one. And it's a powerful reminder for all of us that it is never too late to start over, to ask the big questions, and to chase after the life you truly want. The only question left is, are you brave enough to take that first step?